Alright everyone, welcome to Street City Studio. Today, I'm John Aghast the Brown, and we're going to do a little Lord of the Rings today. I was playing with the Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader photo shoot the other day, where I used my head for the unmasking of Darth Vader, and I kind of thought that would be a great inspiration to stick my face in some Lord of the Rings. And I had a few ideas on that. Most of you guys probably don't even know, but I'm a rather short guy. I'm 5'3", and so I can definitely relate to some hobbits and some dwarves. And I thought about sticking my face on one of these dwarves or Bilbo, right? And actually, I think I was leaning towards Oakenshield. I was gonna stick my head on Oakenshield, but my first choice really was Bilbo, I think. But I realized that my head would look huge on this figure as soon as I looked at it and thought about doing it. Right? You can tell my head's just gonna look really big on that. And so my next thought was, well, we can go with some dwarves and maybe do Oakenshield. But ultimately, I thought, well, I think I would like to do Gandalf, right? I'm going to want to do a Gandalf shoot where I am Gandalf. And I kind of came around. Some of you follow might know, but probably a lot of you don't. I just keep all of my medieval style figures in this, right? My Lord of the Rings and boss fight knights, right? Boss fight cave elf lady or whatever, barbarians, right? And so when I opened it up to start digging in for the photo shoot, I thought, well, wouldn't it be nice if I could get in there without losing any of these characters' faces too, right? Because I have this spare wizard from the Boss Fight Studios figures, and so I thought that would be a great opportunity. And I may, probably not today in this video, but I may get back to sticking my head on this figure eventually, because it does pop off, and it's doable, right? I could even stick it on there right now and show you. Right, I'm getting carried away now. I'm getting sidetracked, right? But it's not that hard. Right, there we go. See, that one works pretty good, actually. Stick that hat on there. There you go. There's John Dolph the Gray, right? But I think I like the idea of having Gandalf in there still. Right? I don't think I want to replace Gandalf so much as just hang out with the gang, right? That's a good idea to me. So let's do that. Right. And it does match up nicely with the brown, so that I'm not like an opposing, right? It's not in white, it's not in gray. It would have been nice too. I know they made this figure with different colors. Any of them would have worked almost for this, but this is the one I have. And I kind of prefer it to the green. There's like a green version. But I hadn't really thought out any of the posing here. But like I said, we got some figures and a notion, so let's get to it, right? Got some dwarves. Now I am missing at least one of these dwarves, I think. And I'm terrible with memorizing their names, so I'm not even going to try. But I would love to finish this set eventually. I do have a good chunk of it now. I'm missing his axes as well. But I'm going to use these boss fight axes. They should work pretty good, I think, as stand-ins. The only problem is his grip is so tiny, right? Any weapon in his hand really kind of stretches his hand out, but whatever it takes to get this looking good, I think. He looks good with some axes, and these are some good looking axes. Oh, yeah, this hand doesn't want to go around it. There it goes. There it goes. Just had to find the skinniest spot. Now I gotta get his knife back on his belt, because that falls off every time I touch him. I know a lot of guys will use like glue and stuff. I don't want to glue nothing on there. I'll let it fall off every time. Sometimes I have, but I don't prefer to feel like I'm damaging the toy, even if you can't see it. Sit there and put the thing back on a million times. Even for Oak and Shield, you can see I hate that shield falls off so easily, so I just keep a rubber band on it. And I hate the look of the rubber band in photos and stuff, but it just falls off so easily. It is what it is. I thought about trying to find a different rubber band, maybe something look a little more like a rope or twine or something, but another problem for another day, right? But like I said, I hadn't really planned to shoot out. But if I'm keeping them in, I kind of want to see most of their faces. I suppose we can get a couple backs towards the camera from some of these doors, maybe. I don't know. Kind of just want to start sitting them in there, and we'll shuffle them around. Once we get them on there, this thing's kind of wasn't sitting flat, but it should once they're all put weight on it. Oh, there goes his head. My head. Let me get out of there until I figure this out. All right. Maybe Bilbo, like he's learning something or listening to something. And I'm going to have to do something about these shadows. That's not good. Put some space in there. That's why I have that light right there, is to knock out any shadows. But if I put them too close, it won't matter. But I definitely want to try and watch that for this photo. This whole setup, right? And also, I know that whole hot spot, I have to move some stuff around just a little bit. Try and minimize it. Some of it can look like a little bit of sunlight coming through them trees or something, but too much of it, and it's definitely obvious what it is, you know. No, that didn't help at all, did it? That made it more prominent, maybe. I'm wondering, I thought I was doing something good with this light, but it's not doing as much as I was hoping. Oh yeah, see, I got this square light up here. That's what's causing most of the hot spot. So if I put it above instead of directly on, right? Because it's down here, it's directly on. It's just off to the side here, level with the camera. But if I bring it up above the scene, I think that really does a lot, man. I gotta get some sort of overhead so that I can mount these lights overhead better. That's where I'm lacking. I need a couple positions overhead where I don't have to hold it by hand. I've got all my table lights. I think I've got enough lights for my table, right? I can set enough lights around my scene, but then it's lacking overhead. That's what I need next. But we can still make this scene happen like this, I think, right? I just gotta put it together here and then hold the light while I'm going. So let's just try and get these guys all in a position here that makes some sense. Maybe like they're looking at me and looking at Gandalf. Right? Just taking it all in, I guess. I feel like, yeah, Oakenshield's getting lost back there. That's pretty good. Now I just gotta get myself put back together. Head fell off, book fell out of his hand. Now I will say, I wish the skin color matched a little better. The skin color on this figure is just a little off. His skin color's got a lot of yellow compared to the skin color on my figure. But hopefully it's not too obvious. It's just his hands that are even exposed. So it should be alright, right? Especially the one hand's under this book. It should be well hidden enough. The other hand is kind of holding his staff. Let's see there. Oh, there we go. Let's zoom in here a little bit. Let's get that framed up. And now I'm going to play with that lighting a little bit. See, I kind of wanted to keep them back on that paper so that I didn't have to crop any feet out. But the tighter I keep them back there, the more shadows I'm going to get on the backdrop. So I think I'd rather crop their feet off than get shadows on the backdrop. So the space is needed. I could have used, I have the bigger forest backdrop, but it's kind of buried right now. That probably would have helped. If I'd unbury that and use that, it would give me more floor space, right? I could have them where they're at right now and still be on the paper. But I made a call. Maybe the wrong one, but this forest don't look bad. It's not a bad looking forest. Just gives me smaller space to work in. That's a tight group shot though. It's not like I needed a whole lot of space. It's just for those shadows. His feet aren't flat. Let's see. There we go. Yeah, those are flat. I don't love this pose either. Or at least position. Oh, I need two hands. Let me set this down. How's that? Yeah, I kind of like that. That looks a little better. Alright, I'll hold my light again. Let's see if it needs any refocusing. I mean, that's pretty good. That's pretty much what I was looking for. I kind of wish I had another light to make that fire pop a little. But it'd be real hard to get a light in there and make that work. I do have, let me see. I do have this thing that has a little light on the tip of it. But I don't know that I'll be able to get in there and really make that do what I want it to. It's not pinpoint accurate enough. It does do a little if I'm real careful with it to get it right behind that thing and just off camera, right? But then I gotta hold this other light up there too. So I'm holding one light in one hand and the other light in the other hand. My right hand's lighting up the little fire on a book, and my left hand's trying to hide that shadow. Because if I pull back, you can see I create a shadow on my backdrop from my arm. But then I'm too close, it'll get hot spots. It's like juggling. That's what it is. And I don't know, that extra light for the fire just kind of counteracts a lot of what I'm trying to do. So I'd really like to get that fire lit up like that, but some things are easier said than done. And I kind of understand processes to go about it, but I need some more light options, I think, to get all the results I want. That's definitely cool. Hanging out with Gandalf, and Doors, and Bilbo. That's what's up. And like I said, I might do another one down the road here soon where I'm one of the dwarfs or I'm Gandalf himself. That'd be cool. Let me fix his hat. That'd be real cool to do. This is one of the, I've said probably several times recently that I'm not doing enough of the stuff I want to be doing. I think this is definitely in that direction, right? This is probably not going to get as many hits as my Marvel videos and stuff. I get that. Probably not even what my Star Wars videos might get. But I really wanted to see this. So that's what we're looking at today. Right? It's my channel. I'm going to do what I want. May the views be darned, right? But I think we got what I wanted. That's been pretty fun and pretty spot on. I kind of like that up close like that too. I was about to wrap it up. Now I'm going to keep playing. Right? I do. I didn't want to lose these guys over here on the right, but I really like being closer and seeing more detail. Right? Feels a little more cinematic. I don't know. Yeah, that's cool though. That's a good shot. That's a fun shoot. I think he might have just stole these axes because he definitely needs some. I had him with some other ones, but I don't know why I never thought to give him these ones. Well, these are the Barbarian's axes. I probably didn't want to steal the Barbarian's axes, but he's got all kinds of weapons already. A sword, a battle axe, a shield. Probably a couple of spear and a mace thing. He don't need everything. Alright. I appreciate you guys coming by and checking this out, though. Hanging out with me here. If you want to check out my Facebook and follow me on Facebook, I'd appreciate that very much. You can check me out at John Wayna. It's Wayna. And if you want to check out my photography on Instagram, you can check out my photography at Street City Toys. Not Street City Studio like the channel here, but Street City Toys on Instagram. But otherwise, you guys have a great day. Keep playing with them toys. I'll talk to you again real soon.